children. Good afternoon children. Welcome to social science online classes. Yesterday we discussed about the physiographic divisions of Karnataka, and in this session let's discuss about the three important regions of Karnataka, that is the coastal region, the Malnad region and the Maidan region. Now first let us discuss about the coastal region. See, look at a map here. The shaded part in this is a coastal region. Okay, so this is a coastal region. Coastal region, look at the map here. It is narrower in the northern part. Okay, as we move towards the south, it is broader. Okay, so the coastal region is narrower in the north and broader in the south. And the width of this coastal region, it varies from 12 to 64 kilometers. Width means what? See, this is width. Okay, 12 to 64 kilometers is the width. And the height of a coastal region, that is length. Length means from here to here. From here to here. Okay, from here to here, the length is 320 kilometers. Okay, so length is 320 kilometers and width is, it varies from 12 kilometers to 64 kilometers. Okay, then the Maidan region, the areas between, this is the Arabian Sea here. Okay, this is the coastal area and this is Arabian Sea. Okay, so the coastal region, the area lies between Arabian Sea and the Malnad region. This is Malnad region. Okay, this is Malnad region. So the coastal plains lies between the Arabian Sea and the Malnad plains or Malnad region. Okay, Karnataka coastline is 200 meters above the sea level. Yesterday I have explained you what is above the sea level. So Karnataka coastline, our Karnataka coastline, coastline is 200 meters above the sea level and it is called Canara or Karnataka coastline. There are many ports among them. New Mangaluru is a major port. Bhatkal, Malpe, Karwar, Kumta, Bellikere and Honavar are fishing ports. Some important islands located near sea coast are St. Mary's Island, St. Mary's Island, and it is also called as Coconut Island, which is near Malpe. Anja near Karwar and Devgarh and Kalinjigudda are the other important islands. And here fishing is the main occupation. Agriculture is also one of the important occupation practiced in the coastal region. So important crops grown here are coconut, arecanut, cardamom and cashew and paddy. Coastal districts. Now which are the coastal districts? The coastal districts of Karnataka are Udupi, Dakshina Kannada and Uttara Kannada. Okay, so this is what we know about the coastal region. Okay, now we'll discuss about the Malnad region. See, look here, Malnad region. Okay, Malnad region, which lies between the coastal region and the Maidan region. This is Malnad region. Okay, this is Malnad region, which lies between the coastal plains and the Maidan region, that is called as Malnad region. Western Ghats in our state are called as Malnad region, or the land of Western Ghats in our state are called Malnad region, or the land of hills. They are also called as Sahyadris. What they are called as? They are called as Sahyadris. They are also called as Sahyadris. And Malnad runs parallel to coastal plains from north to south. See here, this is a coastal area and the Malnad region runs parallel from north to south. So the hills in this region are steep towards the steep. Steep means that is depth. Steep means depth. So the hills in the region are steep or deep slope towards the west, and to the east they are very gentle. They are the hills in the west are steep, and in the east they are very gentle. They are very gentle. So they are called as the Ghats. So the total length of Malnad region, what is the total length of Malnad region from north to south? From north to south, the length of Malnad region is 650 kilometers. 650 kilometers, that is the length. That is the length of the Malnad region. And the width of the Malnad region varies from from 50 to 76 kilometers. From 50 to 76 kilometers. The width varies from 50 to 76 kilometers. Height ranges, and above the sea level, what is the height of the Malnad region that is above the sea level? Height ranges from 900 kilometers. The height ranges from 900 kilometers to 1500 kilometers above the sea level. Okay, above the sea level, what it ranges from 900 kilometers to 1500 kilometers above the sea level. Okay, the rain bearing winds. See here, I have already explained you. The mountains are steep towards the western side, means they are very deep and depth toward the western side. So the winds blowing from Arabian Sea, they strike at these mountains at the Western Ghats and causes heavy rainfall, that is more than 200 meters. Okay, so the highest peak, that a peak means a shikara, the highest peak in this region are Mullayanagiri, Kudremukha, Kalagatagiri, Rudragiri, Devaramanagudda and Chikmagaluru, and all these come in Chikmagaluru district. So other peaks in this region are Ballala Rayanadurga, Mardigudda, Pushpagiri, Kodachadri and Mullayanagiri, that is Mullayanagiri, which is 913 meters. Okay, Mullayanagiri, which is 913 meters, is the highest peak in the state. Okay, now look at the map here. Look at the map. See, if we want to go from eastern plains to coastal plains. So if we want to travel from here to here, okay, from eastern plains to coastal plains, we have to pass through the Western Ghats. Okay, if you want to travel from eastern plains to coastal plains, we have to go through Western Ghats. In Western Ghats there are many hills and mountains. So to travel from eastern plains to coastal region, passes are necessary. What are necessary? Passes are necessary. We'll see later what are the passes and ghats. We'll have a look over that. What are necessary? Passes are necessary. So the important passes of Karnataka are Charmadi Ghats, which links from Mangalore, between Mangalore and Chikmagaluru. Shiradi Ghat. Shiradi Ghat, it links Hassan, Sakleshpur and Mangaluru. Don't get confused Shiradi with Shirdi. Shirdi comes in Maharashtra and this Shiradi, it comes near Mangaluru. Okay, Shiradi Ghat links Hassan, Sakleshpur and Mangaluru, and Agumbe Ghat links Shivamogga and Udupi. Hulikal Ghat, it links Shivamogga, Kundapuru, Shivamogga and Kundapuru. Okay, so we'll come across, let's know about the ghats and passes. Ghats and passes means roads in mountains and hilly regions are called as ghats or passes. Usually in South India we call them as ghats. What we call in South India, we call them as ghats, whereas in the northern India they call it as passes. Okay, then there are evergreen forests in this region. Okay, in this Malnad region, so since this region gets heavy rainfall, there are evergreen forests here. This region receives heavy rainfall. It is the birthplace of many rivers and tributaries also, and many waterfalls, and these rivers have formed many waterfalls, valleys and gorges. Jog Falls, which was created by Shravati River, is the highest fall of India, and that comes in this Malnad region. The other important waterfalls are Unchalli, Magodu and Shivanasamudra and Abbe Falls. The main crops grown in this region are, in Malnad region, are coffee, tea, rubber, spices are grown abundantly on the slopes. And here the Chikmagaluru, which comes in this region, Chikmagaluru is called as the land of coffee. Why? Because coffee is grown abundantly, very widely here. And Kodagu, which comes in the Malnad region, Kodagu, it is called as Kashmir of Karnataka. Why it is called as a Kashmir of Karnataka? Because of cool weather. And apart from this, Kodagu is also called as land of oranges because plenty of oranges are grown here. Malnad has been identified as biodiversity zone and it is being protected by the government of Karnataka. So the districts of this region, which are the districts of Malnad region? The districts of Malnad region are Hassan, Kodagu, Shivamogga and Chikmagaluru. Okay. So yes, this is what about the Malnad region. Okay. Now let's study about the Maidan region. Okay. This plain is Maidan region. This is Maidan region. Maidan region is a vast plain. Look at the map here. Maidan region is a vast plain. Okay. To the east of Malnad region. See, this is the Malnad region. To the east of Malnad region is what? This is Maidan region. Okay. Its height is approximately 450 meters. Its height is approximately 450 meters to 760 meters. Okay. Its height is approximately 450 meters to 760 meters. Its areas are irrigated by Krishna River, Tungabhadra and Kaveri River. The land here is irrigated with the help of Krishna River, Tungabhadra River and Kaveri River. It has many ridges. I have already explained you what are ridges in the part 1 of this chapter. So it has many ridges. The land is sloping. Here the land is sloping towards the east and towards the east. The height increases, the height of the land goes on increases from north to south. Okay, the height goes on increasing from north to south. The Maidan region can be divided into two parts, that is the northern Maidan, and the southern Maidan. Now, Maidan region can be divided into two parts, that is northern Maidan and the southern Maidan. Okay, now let's have a look over the northern Maidan itself. Northern Maidan, it is a vast plain. Okay, this is a vast plain with black soil. What type of soil do we find in the northern part of this Maidan? We find black soil. It is this region. Okay. This is 365 to 610 meters above the sea level. How much it is? It is 365 to 610 meters, 10 meters above the sea level. And we can find here hills and hillocks can also be found at the different places of a northern Maidan. Okay, some important hills in this region are Nargund Hill, Parasgarh Gudda, Gurumitkal Hill, and Idkal Gudda. Okay, some important falls are also, waterfalls are also there in this region. They are Gokak Falls. Gokak Falls is an important waterfalls. Okay, then Chaya, Bhagavati and Sogal are the other waterfalls found in northern Maidan. And the districts of northern Maidan are Bagalkote, Belagavi, Ballari, Bidar, Dharwad, Gadag, Kalburgi, Koppal, Raichur, Vijaypur, Haveri and Yadgiri are the districts of northern Maidan. Okay, this region is very hot in summer and so it is called as the land of sunshine. Why it is called as the land of sunshine? Because it is very hot in summer, so it is called as the land of sunshine. So the crops, dry crops like jawar, bajra, groundnut, cotton and pulses are the main crops grown here. Okay, so this is about the northern Maidan. Now let's study about the southern Maidan of Maidan region. Southern Maidan. This area extends from Tungabhadra river basin in the north to Chamarajanagar district in the south. See, have a look over here. How it extends. See, this is a Tungabhadra river. This southern Maidan extends from, this is a Tungabhadra river. Okay. It from here, it extends up to where? It extends Chamarajanagar district in the south. Okay. This area is southern Maidan. It extends from Tungabhadra river basin in the north to Chamarajanagar district in the south. Okay. We find red soil here, whereas in the northern Maidan we find black soil, and in the southern Maidan we find red soil. This region has a surface with many ups and downs, I have told this region has a undulating topography. Okay, it has many ups and downs, means the southern Maidan has a undulating topography and it has a height of 900 to 975 meters. Okay, it is higher than the northern Maidan. This southern Maidan is higher than the northern Maidan and it slopes towards the east. Okay, there are many hills in this region. In this southern Maidan we find many hills. Madhugiri Hill in Tumkuru district is the biggest monolith hill. This monolith hill. It is the biggest monolith hill. Madhugiri hill is the biggest monolith hill which is in Tumkuru district. Monolith hill means hill which is in one rock itself, and it is the biggest monolith hill in Asia itself. And other hills are Nandi hills, Channakeshava hills, and Malay Madeshwar hills, Biligiri Rangana Betta, Chamundi hills, and some other hills are some of the important hills of this southern Maidan. This area is in this southern area. It is in the rain shadow of Western Ghats. Okay, it is in the rain shadow of Western Ghats. Now let's have a look about what is rain shadow. Okay, the southern Maidan is in the rain shadow of the Western Ghats. Rain shadow means, see, look here, this is a mountain. Okay, this is a mountain. This is a sea here. Okay. The winds here, clouds. Okay, clouds. Now what happens? The rain bearing winds. See the rain, this is the wind. The rain bearing winds strike at the Western Ghats. Okay. It strike at the Western Ghats. The rain bearing winds strike at the mountain and it causes a heavy rainfall, which that is in the Western Ghats. That is in the western part. But whereas here it is eastern side, it is less rain. This area receives less rain. So this area is in the rain shadow of Western Ghats. Okay. This area receives more rainfall and this area receives very less rainfall. So the important rivers of a southern region are Kaveri, Palar and Pennar river. The main crops grown in the southern Maidan are ragi, paddy, sugarcane, groundnut, mulberry, vegetables and variety of fruits and flowers are also grown here. So now the districts of southern Maidan are Davangere, Chitradurga, Tumkuru, Kolar, Mandya, Mysuru and Chamarajanagar districts are the districts of southern Maidan. Okay, so in detail we have studied about the physiographic divisions of Karnataka. Dear students, write the notes and complete your faith. And in the next session we shall come up with the next new topic. Thank you.